Okay, hi, this is Jim Campilongo, and today we're going to do the solo, or a solo, on Steelin the Blues. Now, it's basically a chord solo. One of the takeaways is the first diagram shows this, and it's all one chord, okay? So that's the main takeaway. You want to finger this chord. It's a D flat 6 chord. This is like, you know, basic D flat. It looks like an F, and you put it here, look at that note, and it's D flat. You put fourth finger down, and one can call this D flat 6, and we play this full chord and cherry pick, for lack of a better word, of what we're going to play. And on this case, we're going to play the whole chord, but we're only going to slide up and play strings 4, 3, and 2. Like that. But I'm playing the whole chord because this comes next. That's not a slide, it's first finger on 8th fret, first finger on 9th fret, and I'm picking each one with pick, middle, and ring. You could use your pick. Then back to strings 4, 3, and 2. All by playing one chord shape. You know, I'm not going... You know, I don't know if you could see that. It's a little fuzzy on what I'm seeing back here, but it's all one chord. Excuse me. That's in D flat. This is A natural. Here's G. You know, and again, like, think of this basic F chord, and you're moving it up here. Here's the root, here's the root. You need to know this chord, and then we add fourth finger, and it's D flat 6. Then we go, yeah. And that's last diagram, row 1, and we have, that's D flat 6. Now, you know, you might go, okay, hey, I got that. It kind of looks like B flat minor, too. It is, you know, but D flat 6. If we were going to put it in D, we'd move it up a half step. And if we were just going to make it a D, like this D, that's a D, an octave higher on the 14th fret, and we put the 6 on the bottom. There's D, here's D6, D, D6. And this is D flat 6. Here's D flat, just like this chord. And then we bring the 5th up a step, and it's the 6. So we have, okay? Now the next thing is over the 4 chord, which is G flat 7. And it's the same deal, is that it's one chord shape. Now it's this basic bar chord where it kind of looks like an A7, and your first finger is you know, a capo, if you will, like this A7. And there's the root, there's the root, there's the root, there's the root, and we're up here. But we don't full bar down to the 5th string. I do a half bar, meaning we just bar on half the strings, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and we're going to do, we slide up to that, then pick both of these from below a half step. Same right hand. Then we go. Now, this was D6. This chord is G7, G flat 7, excuse me. And we just bring first finger down a half step. And that's the 3rd of G flat, the 5th of G flat, and the lowered 7th of G flat. So 1, 4, 1. So we could do that anywhere. Here's A, there's A6, there's D7. And you hear that a lot, like Bill Doggett, you know, those guys that, you know, it sounds kind of major minor, like maybe that helps, like so it doesn't sound like 2001: A Space Odyssey or whatever. So we got. Sorry, I messed that up. Okay, that was correct. And now we do this again. I assume I wrote that out. Yeah, that's on the 3rd row. Okay, now we have a classic case of a chord's going to have 2 names. And I tried to avoid this, but you know, it just sounded good. And I'm going to play this chord, D flat 6, and move it down to the 5th fret, and you got A6. Okay? Now, I used to use this song as a reference, but no one knows it anymore, but it's Memphis by Lonnie Mack, and it's something like, maybe not that key, but okay. So Lonnie, or Jim in this case, is playing A6, and if you move it down a whole step, you have A9, 7, 9, 5, 7. It's a guitar gift. 2 chords, 1 fingering, you know. Maybe heard something like a. And you hear it sounds good, you know. Okay. But here's A6, here's A9, but if we're in G, it's G6. If we're in G, that's the root, that's the 3rd, that's the 6th, and that's the root. And that's what happens here. Right now, after this. And it's being an E flat 9, formerly known as D flat 6. Okay? I hope that's clear. I've tried my best. You know, I mean, maybe you need to hear it 2 more times, and that's okay. Okay, and that was written, where the heck is it? Last diagram, row 3, first diagram, row 4. Then we play this chord, which is hard for some. It's just a straight A flat 7, 3rd, 7, root, 3rd, and we break that up. So it's 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, and then D, good old, now it's D flat 6 again, and the first ending is, we play A augmented 7th. Now, let's take a look at this chord. You might go, I know it, be quiet. Here's F, classic F, not this F, this F. If you move that closer to the ceiling, you have, this could have other names, but C augmented. 3rd, sorry, root 3rd, raise 5, 1, and then that's the 5 of this chord. Oh, oh, darling. Okay, now let's go back to here because you might relate to it. If I lower this note a whole step, I'm putting the 7th in the bass, and it's still C augmented 7. If I need to find it, if you need to find it, any way you can is fine by me, but think maybe your root note is a whole step below the note you're actually playing. So here's E augmented 7th. So that's our little first ending chord. Okay, so this is what we did so far. First ending. Okay, then back. Same stuff. The same lead. When I'm looking at the camera and not the guitar. Sorry. Okay, and that's a solo over the A section. I'll play it again because I kind of made a couple mistakes. I'm sorry. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Okay, so that's, we're not going to do the solo over the bridge yet, which is more chords. I think that's enough to keep you busy, and really be careful with the right hand. I know I said strings 3, 2, and 1, strings 4, 3, and 2. Make sure you're doing that, okay? Because if you spend like 10 minutes like being careful, you'll play it good or correctly the rest of your life, instead of, you know, one finger's kind of flopping up and playing the first string so it sounds kind of like it. You want nice tight grouping, you know, of 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2 in this case. So I guess that's about it for today. I hope that's clear. And yeah, Happy New Year. It's, I don't know when you'll see this, but it's, what is it, December 30th, 2024 went by really fast. And faster than most. And thanks a lot. And I hope you guys have a lovely New Year's Eve. And take care. Bye-bye.